Hi, I'm Hannah Goodall. I'm a VLQ Level 3 Patisserie student at Llandrillo College, and today we're going to be making festive petit fours, like these. What we have here is some dark chocolate that I've melted to the temperature of 48 degrees. This is going to be used for the tempering process. What we want to do is literally recrystallise the chocolate, reform the crystals that is. You do this by rapidly turning down the temperature. You want to pour about 2/3 onto a cold surface. Then you're going to use your palette knife just to spread it across, and this is just going to reduce the temperature. By doing this process, you're going to make nice crisp bites of the chocolate when you bite into it, and you also have a lovely beautiful sheen as well. Use your thermometer every now and then, push it straight back in to be testing the temperature, making sure you're reducing it to what you want it to be. At this point, you want to bring it back down to 38 degrees centigrade. Sorry, 28, I do apologise. We're getting there quite quickly. It's a nice cold room today, which means that it's going to get there quite quickly. It can take you a bit longer depending on the environment that you're doing it in. And once it's cooled down, you want to use your scrapers. You're going to get this straight back into that pot there. And the temperature of the hot chocolate, the 1/3 that you left remaining in there, and the 2/3 of the cold chocolate will even out to around 30 to 32 degrees centigrade, which is the ideal temperature for tempering chocolate. This does vary depending if you're using plain milk or white. So plain chocolate, dark chocolate in this case, like I say, you want to have it 48, bring it down to 28, and then you're going to bring it back up to about 31, 32 degrees. If you're using milk or white chocolate, it's going to be about 2 degrees difference really, due to the fat solids that are in there. Okay, so once you've got the majority back in the pot, you're literally just going to stir it all together, and you'll actually see where it's thickened. It's still got a beautiful sheen to it, but you can see where it's thickened up quite well there. It's almost as though it's making some sort of sauce of its own. And then check your temperature. Always keep a probe at the handy. Whatever you do, you don't want to wash this in between, because water and chocolate do not mix at all. Oh, we're still a couple of degrees over. This can take anywhere up to 10 minutes. There are a couple of methods you can use for tempering, but here we're just doing the classic traditional method. Some prefer seeding, where you would actually do it without pouring it onto the table, and you do it more based upon eye. That's kind of one for a bit more practice really. Make sure you get as much as possible in there. You just want to reduce wastage really. I think that looks quite ready, but we'll double check with the probe. Yeah, spot on. If at any point it gets too cold, all you have to do is pop it back into the bain-marie and it will just warm it up ever so slightly. Just be careful not to go too far, otherwise you'll have to start the process again. Right, from that stage, once you've melted the chocolate, all you want to do is get it into a piping bag. From here, you're going to add a tiny little hole. You don't want to have it too thick at all because it's going to run out quite quickly. And I've prepared a greaseproof sheet onto a baking tray, which I've had just a little circle. It can be the size of a 2p piece, whatever size you want to use really. We're just making chocolate pennies at this stage. And then you're just going to literally hold it straight up so it's vertical, and you just want to apply enough pressure and sort of use circular motions just to squeeze it. And you use the 2p piece as a guide. There we go. That way you're getting perfect pennies every time. Now this is where you're going to see that your chocolate tempering has been working, because it's going to set up very, very quickly with a beautiful sheen on there. So you just want to do a couple at a time. If at any point you think your chocolate's getting a little bit too solid, all you have to do is just pop it back over the bain-marie for a couple of minutes, and it will just bring it up back to that 30 degrees, the optimum temperature. At this stage we're going to be decorating our pennies. This is literally within a matter of seconds, because like I say, it will be solidifying quite quickly. So for this reason, I have cranberries, I have walnuts, and pecans actually in there as well. And then I've got a few icing leaves that I made. I've got a bit of holly, a bit of festive leaves, just something to brighten it up a bit. So like I say, you want to be working quickly, and you're just going to place these almost randomly really, wherever you think they're going to look attractive. You just want to place them into the chocolate, and as it sets up, it's going to obviously encase these. Try and work it as a factory outline, it works a lot better. It just saves you time in the long run. So we've got the cranberries, we've got the pecans, walnuts, whatever festive fruits and nuts you want to use really. We're going for a theme here. So. Like I say, you only want to do a couple of times, because otherwise, as it's going to be setting up, it's going to make life very difficult for you. There's some festive leaves there. These are made just literally using sugar paste that I've coloured up. You can buy ready coloured sugar paste if you want to. And then just rolled out, cut and moulded using your fingers. Very, very easy. Takes literally a matter of seconds and you've got some really attractive petit fours there. So we're doing a couple of each. There we go. As you can see, as I've been piping those last couple of rows, these ones have already set up. They've got that beautiful sheen to them there. It's a sign of good tempered chocolate, really. And again, with the fast setting, like I say, it's a good sign. You want that. These take literally minutes to make. Brilliant for a Christmas gift, or you just want to do something quickly if you're waiting around, you've got a family coming around in a moment. But from here, any little tails, any mistakes that you've made with your piping, that's just me rushing, to be perfectly honest. And don't worry about that. You just trim those off with your knife and they're gone. You'll never see those, so don't panic. And from here, it's really kind of a case of where you want to go with the decoration. If you want to put icing on there, if you want to add any more fruits and things, do that before it's testing up, because once the chocolate starts to set within a matter of seconds, it will sort of show any mistakes that you make, or if you've been trying to move pieces around, so do be selective. Right, so now, like I say, it's just up to decoration really. You can sprinkle a bit of icing sugar in there if you want to look particularly festive. You don't have to use the icing for the leaves either, it's entirely up to you. Use whatever you've got around the house. I've done Angelica on these ones, just something a little bit different. To be honest, I'm just trying to stick with the Christmas theme there, but you can do whatever you want. Any fruits, any nuts, anything you like the look of, just pop them on there. In this case, if you want to bag them up as gifts, you can do. If you want to have them on the side of the coffee, they're beautiful. There's nice little petit fours for multi-use and very, very easy to make. Just before we finish, I will show you one thing. You can actually see here an example of where it's been poorly tempered and well tempered. There, you can see a nice sheen, it's beautiful, smooth, even. You'll have that nice crisp to it when you break into it. This one is a poorly tempered chocolate as a rushed attempt, and you can see that there's the clouding there. It doesn't look remotely as appealing as that one. Right, well that's basically it. That is how you can make one variety of beautiful Christmas petit fours. Very, very simple. I hope yours turn out probably either better or as well as mine have. Spend as much time as you want on them. Have a bit of fun. Go wild. So thank you for joining me.